Mythalel was special. He had a gift. From a young age, he could sense the world in ways others couldn't. His emerald eyes seemed to see beyond the surface, into the very soul of nature itself. Mythalel could make music that spoke to the heart of nature. His tunes were not just melodies. They were conversations with the wind, the trees, and the creatures that inhabited the forest. Each note he played was a word in a language only he and nature understood. His melodies weren't just sounds, they were feelings. They conveyed joy, sorrow, love, and longing. When Mythalel played, it was as if he was pouring his very soul into the music, and in return, nature responded with its own emotions. When he played, birds would sing along, and flowers would dance in the breeze. The forest came alive with his music, each living thing contributing to the symphony. The birds' songs harmonized with his flute, and the flowers swayed as if they were dancing to an unseen rhythm. Mythalel's music came from deep inside him. It was a reflection of his innermost thoughts and feelings. Every time he played, it was as if he was sharing a piece of his soul with the world. It was like a wellspring of beautiful melodies that never dried up. No matter how much he played, there was always more music within him, waiting to be released. His flute was merely a conduit for the endless stream of melodies that flowed from his heart. He played his flute, and the world seemed to listen. The forest would grow quiet, as if holding its breath, waiting for the next note. Even the wind seemed to pause, eager to hear the music that Mythalel created. The trees swayed, and the rivers flowed in time with his tunes. It was as if the entire forest was a living, breathing entity that responded to his music. The leaves rustled in harmony, and the water in the rivers sparkled with joy. Mythalel loved to wander in the forest. It was his sanctuary, a place where he could be alone with his thoughts and his music. The forest was vast and full of secrets, and Mythalel felt a deep connection to every part of it. He felt most at peace surrounded by the whispering leaves and the singing birds. The forest was his home, and its inhabitants were his friends. The leaves whispered secrets to him, and the birds sang songs of distant lands. Little did he know that his music was about to lead him on an extraordinary adventure, one that would take him far beyond the familiar confines of his beloved forest, a journey beyond his wildest dreams. Mythalel's music would become the key to unlocking mysteries he had never imagined, and his bond with nature would be tested in ways he could never have foreseen. This was just the beginning of Mythalel's incredible journey, a journey that would change him forever. One day, while playing his flute in a secluded meadow, something strange happened. The air around Mythalel shimmered. A warmth spread from his heart, flowing through his fingertips and into the flute. The music grew louder, the notes weaving themselves into the fabric of the meadow. He watched in awe as a shimmering portal, glowing with an inner light, appeared before him. Mythalel felt a pull towards it, an irresistible call that echoed the melody in his heart. Taking a deep breath, he stepped into the unknown. Mythalel stumbled, blinking, as he found himself in a new world. Towering trees, taller than any he'd ever seen, reached towards the sky like emerald giants. Their leaves, 1,000 shades of green, whispered secrets to the gentle breeze. The air hummed with a strange energy, a symphony of life that vibrated through Mythalel's very being. He felt inexplicably drawn deeper into this magical forest. As he walked, he realized the whispers weren't just the wind. They were words, soft and melodious, spoken in a language he didn't understand. They seemed to weave around him, beckoning him onward. Emerging into a clearing bathed in soft golden light, Mythalel gasped. The air was thick with the scent of pine and wildflowers, a heady mix that made him feel both invigorated and at peace. The golden hour cast long shadows, creating a tapestry of light and dark that danced across the forest floor. Gathered around a shimmering pool of water were creatures unlike any he had ever seen. They moved with an ethereal grace, their every step a dance, their every gesture a poem. The water itself seemed to glow, reflecting the myriad colors of the creatures that surrounded it. They were tall and slender, their skin like bark and their hair a cascade of leaves and blossoms. Each one seemed to be a living embodiment of the forest, their bodies adorned with vines and flowers that pulsed with a gentle inner light. It was as if the very essence of the woods had taken form in these beings. These were the Sylvans, the guardians of the whispering woods. Legend spoke of their ancient duty to protect the forest from harm, to nurture its growth, and to ensure its secrets remained hidden from those who would exploit them. They were the soul of the forest, its protectors and its keepers. Their eyes, filled with ancient wisdom and a deep love for their forest home, met his with gentle curiosity. Mythalel felt as though they could see into the depths of his soul, understanding his every thought and feeling. There was no judgment in their gaze, only a profound sense of acceptance and understanding. As one, they began to sing, their voices as clear and pure as the forest streams. The song was a harmonious blend of notes that seemed to rise and fall with the rhythm of the forest itself. It was a melody that spoke of ancient times, of the cycles of nature, and of the unbreakable bond between the Sylvans and their home. The melody flowed around him, a welcome song that resonated with the music in his soul. It was as if the forest itself was welcoming him, inviting him to become a part of its timeless dance. The song filled him with a sense of belonging, a feeling that he had finally found his place in this strange, beautiful world. For the first time since arriving in this strange, beautiful world, Mythalel felt a sense of peace. The worries and fears that had plagued him seemed to melt away, replaced by a profound sense of tranquility. He knew that he was not alone, that he was surrounded by beings who understood him and who would stand by him in the days to come. The Sylvan chorus had welcomed him, and in their song he had found his home. Section 5. A Symphony of Souls. Mythalel raised his flute to his lips, his fingers instinctively finding the notes that echoed the Sylvan's song. As his music joined theirs, a look of wonder spread across the faces of the forest guardians. The music swelled, weaving together the melodies of two worlds. Mythalel poured his heart into his flute, sharing his joy, his longing, and the beauty he saw in the world around him. The Sylvans swayed to the combined music, their voices blending with the haunting melody of his flute in a harmonious symphony. It was a conversation without words, a sharing of souls through the universal language of music.
Your music, it speaks of harmony and peace. It has a calming effect, soothing even the oldest of sorrows.
An elderly Sylvan, her eyes twinkling like sunlight on water, approached Mythalel. Her name was Elara, and she was the keeper of the Whispering Wood's ancient wisdom. Mythalel listened, humbled by her words. He had never thought of his music as anything more than a way to express himself. But here, in this magical realm, it seemed to hold a deeper power. Mythalel spent many days with the Sylvans, learning their ways and sharing his music. He taught them new melodies, and they, in turn, taught him the secrets of the forest. He learned how to listen to the whispers of the trees, to feel the pulse of the earth beneath his feet, and to speak the ancient language of nature. The Sylvans showed him how to live in harmony with nature, taking only what he needed and giving back with a grateful heart. As the days turned into weeks, Mythalel felt a change within himself. He was no longer the same boy who had stumbled through the portal. He was calmer, more centered, and more in tune with the world around him. He realized that his music wasn't just a gift, it was a responsibility, a way to bring peace and understanding to all beings. The Sylvans had shown him that. It was time for him to return home, to share what he had learned and to use his music to heal the world, one note at a time. With a heavy heart, Mythalel bid farewell to the Sylvans. The forest clearing was bathed in the soft, golden light of dusk, casting long shadows that seemed to whisper secrets of the ancient woods. The Sylvans, with their ethereal presence and deep connection to nature, had become like family to him. Their eyes, filled with a mixture of sorrow and hope, reflected the bond they shared. Mythalel's heart ached as he embraced each one, feeling the weight of their emotions and the depth of their unspoken words. He promised to return one day and stepped back through the shimmering portal, carrying the music of the Whispering Woods within his soul. The portal shimmered with a kaleidoscope of colors, a gateway between worlds that held the essence of magic and mystery. As he stepped through, he felt the familiar hum of the forest's energy, a comforting reminder of the place he had come to love. The melodies of the Whispering Woods, a symphony of nature's sounds, resonated within him, a constant source of inspiration and strength. He emerged back into his own world, forever changed by his experience. The air felt different, charged with a new sense of purpose and clarity. The lush forest around him seemed to welcome him back, its vibrant colors and lively sounds a stark contrast to the mystical realm he had just left. Mythalel took a deep breath, feeling the transformation within him. He was no longer just a boy with a gift. He was a bridge between worlds, a guardian of the ancient melodies that connected all living things. The portal closed behind him, but the journey had just begun. The soft hum of the closing portal echoed in the stillness, a reminder of the path he had chosen. Mythalel knew that his journey was far from over. The world awaited his music, and with each step, he felt the call of new adventures and the promise of new connections. The forest around him seemed to pulse with life, urging him forward, guiding him towards his destiny. Mythalel knew that his music had the power to bridge worlds, to heal hearts, and to remind everyone of the beauty and interconnectedness of all living things. His melodies were more than just notes. They were a language that spoke to the soul, a reminder of the harmony that existed within nature. As he played, he could feel the energy of the forest responding, the trees swaying gently to his tune, the animals gathering to listen. His music was a gift, a tool for healing and unity, and he was determined to share it with the world. And so, Mythalel, the boy who could talk to nature with his music, set out into the world, ready to share his gift and to change the very fabric of reality, one melody at a time. With each note he played, he felt a deeper connection to the world around him, a sense of purpose that drove him forward. The forest clearing, now empty, held the promise of his return, a place where he could always find solace and inspiration. Mythalel's journey was just beginning, and with his flute in hand, he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that his music would guide him and bring light to even the darkest of paths.